Hey folks, welcome back. We are not on the farm today. We are on a field trip as promised. We are going to the Red Power Roundup in Spencer, Iowa. It's a get-together for everything farm-all. You can see I got the correct hat on today. And we've got passengers. We got Ramona in the back. We got our friends Matt and Kathy with us. Hello. Headed up to the Red Power Roundup. Matt likes the red tractors also. So it's a 5.5 hour drive from our town to Spencer, Iowa. We're about halfway in. We hope just to stop by the show this afternoon when we get there, and then we'll get a hotel room and hit it again tomorrow. So if you want to see some red tractors, stick around, come along with us. All right, we made it. We didn't get here in time last night to come by. We just drove by, but it rained pretty good. But we're here today. Here's some of the static display tractors out here. All kinds of nice red iron out here. Ooh, I see a cubby over there. Ooh, there's an M over there. The pretty M. Let's go see Cubby's cousin over here. Pretty. Looks to be about the same year as ours. Got a few different items, but not much. They even got a wagon really similar to our wagon. And a one-row corn chopper here. There's a bee over here. Don't see too many bees around. This big 6788 International articulated tractor. What do you think of all these pretty tractors, Ramona? Cool stuff, huh?
I like this one.
Ooh, there's my favorite model, Farmall M. The big spring tooth on this one here. Farmall 100. Here's some more static display tractors. Got the high clearance tractor there. Some real pretty equipment. Ramona, come stand next to this real tall tractor. I think you could almost walk under it, huh? Isn't that crazy? How tall that is? Here's Cubby's younger cousins here.
That's my perfect size.
Yeah, you're perfect size, huh?
Good luck. Bring that back for Kyle.
There's a dual wheel Cub Cadet over there. Ramona really likes this small tractor, huh? Isn't that
my perfect size.
super cool, huh?
You're my best friend now.
600 right there.
Yeah. Got a giant hydraulic pump on it. Look at those giant hoses. Rear entry tractor. Nice old McCormick. Here's an old McCormick with a 2-row corn picker on it. It takes the ears off the stock, puts the ears in a wagon behind it.
It looks like a bee.
You can see the stock goes in there and it strips it, and the ear falls in, the conveyor goes up.
It looks like a bee because it has the little.
Yep, the corn row goes right in there, Ramona. Got some indoor displays in here. Got some crawlers. This is a TD9. And then this TD6 my dad had. We rebuilt a TD6 for my dad. We built a big roll cage on it and put a blade on it and everything. This one's got the BG pump on the back like my dad's had. To run all your hydraulics, runs off the PTO. Beautiful tractor. That one's got rubber tread on the steel wheels for parades. They just glue the rubber tread on those steel wheels. $19.29 Farmall regular. This is an old cable loader setup. McCormick Deering. All around 1929. Beautiful restoration on this. You see they had the little curtain thing here that covers the radiator, helps it warm up quicker in the winter. These are all 27, 28, 29 tractors. Look at the really aggressive steel wheels on that. This is a home-built tractor, 1/3 scale. It's got the International Harvester hit and miss engine on it there. Got a roof on it and everything. Canopy. Pretty sweet. Here's a couple Internationals. International made their construction equipment in yellow. I feel the yellow tractors about the same way as I feel about yellow fire trucks. They need to be red. Here's a Farmall A cultivator. My original tractor was one of these, but my buddy Matt owns it now. The H, Super C, and another H. So some old McCormick farming equipment here. I've never seen anything with this rotator screw. That just breaks up the dirt, looks like, as it comes off that lister wing there. Keeps you from getting too many clods probably. That's PTO driven. And then an old generator, PTO generator, and then a Farmall M MTA with a flip plow on it. With these flip plows, you get to the end of the row and then it flips and you can go down the same furrow. You don't have to deadhead back to the other side of the field or have opposing furrows. And this is basically a Farmall M, and the TA means torque amplifier, which kind of gives you another gear. The Super H. Here's an old wooden carryall that somebody built. It's like a little pickup bed for a tractor. On this Farmall 1206. And the Super HV. One of 70 produced. And only one of 5 distillate tractors. I guess the other ones were like propane. International 966 back there in the background. Super C. Now the Farmalls, like our Cub, where the engine is offset from the rider's deck, those are called Cultivision. So the rider would sit in this area like on our Cub, and you could see when you were cultivating. That way they call them Cultivision model tractors. And you can see this one is on center like a normal tractor. I thought that was a real kid sitting up there for a minute. Another Farmall M. Maybe someday Kelly will let me have an M. Another big 6588. Now these articulated tractors are different because most articulated tractors have the cab on the front part and the rear articulates. This one has the cab on the rear, so when you drive, you see the nose of the tractor taking off one way or the other. It's kind of awkward. It's easier to drive with the cab on the front part because then your vision always moves with the tractor. Oh, look at this cute little 140 here. The later models, International had that squared off front end. Super cool. This is the Cultivision model. You can see where the operator's offset from the engine and everything. 806. That's a big pretty one with a canopy on it. A 660 and a Super HTA, another torque amplifier. You got some interesting weights hanging off the bolster there. The Farmall 1456 demonstrator with the gold paint job. One of the early cab tractors. There's another demonstrator open station.
Is it really?
There's a whole mess of tractors over here. A sea of red. Got another Cub down the way here. This one's a little less restored or an older restoration with the darker patinaed paint job. But we need to make us one of these steps like he's got here. We're going to be making one of those fairly soon to get up on the tractor. He's got just an old floor mat or an old doormat on his, just cut down. It's a good idea. Another cute little newer model, International. H&M, little McCormick standard rear entry, little tiny manure spreader. That would be handy on the farm. This guy's got him some homemade fenders going on. 1950, 1 year older than Cubby. Look at that step. That's pretty fancy. That's a step off of something else, and they just made the bracket for that. Good idea for a step. One of the first pull behind combines there. And then some International pickups. Not everybody knows that International made pickups, but pretty nice pickups. And they made some other four-wheel drive vehicles like the International Scout. Scouts are really popular. They look like the old Ford Broncos almost. Hey, Matt's back.
Hi, y'all.
He's been talking to folks. Now this little Honeybee is made out of an International tractor, and it's actually backwards. This is usually the rear tires of the tractor, and then they have the single front up there. But this is all mounted backwards on the tractor frame, and they use it for moving bee boxes, or in this case they have a loader bucket on it. Pretty neat little adaptation. Lots and lots of tractors. Everything you want to see is here. If it's not here at this show, they don't make it. Pretty old international pickup. What year is this truck?
57.
57.
The last year of that body style.
Oh, okay. That's a gem right there. Mona's got her farm all gear on. Pretty sweet. More tractors over here. Another Cub and another A. That looks just like our Cubby there. M. And then over here, this is a silo blower. You would put your feed that you just cut, grain, silage, whatever, dump it into here, runs it into this big blower, and you got a tube that goes up and deposits it in the big vertical silos. The giant blower machine runs off PTO. Look at this cute little land mover. Never seen one so small on this little Cub Cadet. Yeah, little tiny wheels. Some more Cub Cadets. Yellow. Some OS4s here. I think OS stands for Orchard Special. You see how narrow they are? You can get through orchards and vineyards and stuff with these. More and more tractors. What would a tractor show be without a whole bunch of tractors, huh? Here's a little like Cub Cadet demonstrator. Farm all heaven out here. We found Matt again. We got shuttles going around. $1 a ride. We might be on that later. We got into the parts area over here, like a flea market with parts. We've got all the parts we need though. Lots and lots of parts. I have that. I'm looking for the one with the mason jar. Yeah, I have a bigger one for you to take home.
You've probably knocked out one.
Found a tank float. Takes the place of the gas cap. Goes in the tank. Tells you on the gauge how much gas you got in your tank. That's pretty cool. Got all the sheet metal too. Anything your heart desires out here. Even got complete motors out here. Motors and transmissions. Boy, look at this pretty thing. The tractor looks nice too. Got a whole barn full of tractors here. Going to be a lot of looking. We're not going to show you every tractor in here because there's a lot of the same stuff, but we'll bring you the highlight. Whole row of turbo tractors. This big monster. Isn't that crazy? Big fat tires on the front. Dual chrome stacks. Got a couple pulling tractors here for tractor pulling. Pretty mean looking. They don't use real aggressive tread on tractor pulls because they get these tires going really fast. There's an old demonstrator. The old demonstrators were white. This is an old C demonstrator. This is a cute little half-scale tractor, four-wheel drive. This thing is a real workhorse here. 4100. That's made for pulling there. This is an old two-cylinder diesel. DLD2. Here's an old Farmall sprayer tractor. You can see the spray booms on it. And then it's got the little dividers here that divide the corn rows, so you're not running over your corn stalks. Somebody's favorite color is chrome. Look at this crazy thing. It's even got fenders on it down here. They've chromed just about everything you can chrome on a tractor. Super neat, really flashy. This 1947 Farmall Cub here, serial number 501, first one off the production line. Super neat. Somebody's did a great restoration on this thing. That's the very first Farmall Cub made. I like this hook idea for tie downs right here. We might have to find us a hook like that.
Very nice job.
This Cub has the moving drawbar on it. There's another bracket that connects between the front of the final drives, and then it's got the sliding drawbar. Got the hooks here in the back too. That's a good idea. We may do that as well. So this is an A Farmall that's custom. I don't think it's considered a low boy, but it is nice and low.
It's not considered a low boy.
What they did was they turned the final drives around. So instead of the final drives going down, the final drives are going up. And then they did like a flopped front axle to where they turned the drop part up. Pretty cool little tractor. Pretty neat. See, everything else is the same. All they did was flop things around. Super cool. Now here's a tractor built for two. It's a Farmall B, and it's a standard Cultivision tractor. And what they did, usually there's a long torque tube on this side and a short torque tube on this side. What they did was they took two long torque tubes, put one on this side as well, widened the drawbar, added another seat on this other side, and a fake steering wheel. So, tractor built for a couple. Now the lady that owns this tractor let Ramona sit on the tractor. This is a Lowboy Cub, 1958. Look at that. Ramona loves the pink one. Thank you, ma'am. We appreciate this.
There you go. Now take it.
Beautiful.
I don't do this for everybody, but there's not a lot of people around.
Thank you.
One more, Ramona. Hang on. Perfect.
Got that sign right there. If you're not one of my grandkids, stay off. So Ramona's an honorary grandkid now. There's a propane Farmall M with a 2-row McCormick planter. Neat setup. Pretty slick. There's a 1957 Golden Jubilee International pickup. It was made to mark the 50-year anniversary of the International pickup line. Beautiful old pickup. Here's an International Utility 340 with a backhoe setup on it and a front loader. This International MTA, it ate a John Deere for lunch. There's a couple little hobby tractors that were made like quarter scale, half scale. All kinds of different model battery boxes and starter handles, crank start handles. All American made. Jefferson, Wisconsin. One of the barns got some antique stuff, signage and trinkets and such. That's some old parts, tractor seats and such. Vintage items. Love looking through all the old stuff. So we're going to have a little trivia fun. First person in the comments that can tell me what this machine does, this little piece of equipment, will get a free Markelly Farm t-shirt. Got some old McCormick stationary engines. Love this kind of stuff. My dad and I used to go to the fair, and they had a big display of these things. We'd always go look. But they're shelling corn here. So Ramona's going to shell some corn, put it on this chute right here. Slide it down. There it goes. Oop. We'll get it to go down inside. There it goes. You see all the corn come out? It spits the cob out the other side. Pretty neat, huh? Now the corn sheller puts it into the rotary mill here and making cornmeal out of it. They've got all the grinders on a conveyor, and they're all spitting corn and grain out on the conveyor. Putting it down there. Here's one hooked up to a pump jack. Remember, we picked up one of these pump jacks the other day, so we'll do something cool with our pump jack. They got theirs pumping water, recirculating. Some Farmall toys and some Farmall pedal tractors. Now my buddy Matt just brought me a Maytag washing machine from California. They've got this hooked up to an old hit and miss motor. You can wash clothes. Got a McCormick engine running a vacuum pump to run the milking machine. Here's a Cub vineyard model. Goes down the narrow vineyard rows. Super skinny. You wouldn't want to run that on a side hill at all. There's a McCormick Deering corn sheller. You put the cob down in there and spits out the corn on the bottom. They've got just about every tractor manual you're looking for also. We've already got a couple for our Cub. Pretty good collection of toys. Just about every model of Farmall International tractors. All the way up from the smallest to the big ones. Pretty cool farm display. What kid wouldn't want to play with all this? Now, some people don't know that during the war, IH built stuff for the war effort, mainly this M1 Garand, built by International Harvester. Got a whole building dedicated to Cub cadets here. Love this little pull-behind scraper. We're going to make something very similar with that blade that we have. If you remember, we're going to do something larger scale. It's going to be about 6 feet wide, but very similar to this. Now this is a custom-built four-wheel drive Cub Cadet articulating tractor. Pretty cool. Now here's a Ramona-sized pulling tractor. Pretty crazy motor in it. Being its own weight class, I'm sure. This one caught Ramona's eye. Look at that. Got cool flowers all over it. What do you think of that?
I want it.
You want it?
I want it.
Super cool. Whole building full of vendors here. Now here's an old International Scout. My brother-in-law Virgil used to love these old Scouts. He had a bunch of them. They had hardtops that went on them too. Somebody built an International Travelall limo. That's pretty neat looking, huh? This building is dedicated to international trucks. All the old trucks. Even international big rigs. We used to use these trucks here on the farm. Travel-alls. Love that little pickup right there. Look at this blue one all fancied up. Beautiful. And even a bigger building full of stuff. But this one's air conditioned. All kinds of whirligigs. Even got a Nebraska one up there. Got a huge collection of international barn quilts. Very beautiful. Pretty colors. That's a big one. Pretty. There's Tracto. Ramona said, look at the robot. You like the robot? There's a sewing machine tractor. We're gonna make a couple of these real soon. Ramona has been having fun smelling all these candles. These are gel candles. Apparently they burn for a really long time. We bought Kelly a couple to take home for my honey. All right, folks, that's gonna do it for the 2024 Red Power Roundup. We've had a real good morning, done a lot of walking. Got a lot of walking to go out to the truck. There's Ramona. So we got a 6-hour drive home, so we're gonna try to get on it so we can get home kind of before dark. So till next time, stay safe, stay healthy. We love you guys. Hope you enjoyed our little field trip today.
Bye.
Thanks for watching.